If you're looking to invest in commercial real estate or lease a property for your business, you may come across a type of lease structure known as a triple net lease or an NNN lease. The NNN stands for triple net, which refers to three expenses that tenants are responsible for paying, which is property taxes, insurance, and maintenance costs. I know it seems a little confusing, but allow me to break it down a little further. So in a triple net lease, the landlord is not responsible for any of these expenses, and instead the landlord essentially passes them through to the tenant. This type of lease is also sometimes referred to as a net lease because the tenant is responsible for paying the net amount of the property's operating expenses after the landlord deducts any rental income received. The benefit of a triple net lease typically falls on the landlord's side, and is that they can enjoy a steady stream of rental income while transferring the risk and expenses associated with owning and maintaining the property to the tenant. This can be particularly attractive to landlords who own multiple properties and want to minimize their responsibilities. So triple net leases, especially here in California, are the most popular lease structure on the retail side. For industrial and office, it varies by building type and landlord, but on the retail side, you will almost always run into a triple net lease. And again, the easiest way to think about it is that there are three nets. You have taxes, insurance, and common area maintenance. Keep in mind, when I say taxes and insurance, taxes are referring to property taxes, not sales tax or other taxes that you may come across. And insurance is not business or liability insurance, which you would still have to get separately and obtain that by yourself. It's also really important to note that triple net leases can be risky for tenants, as tenants are responsible for all of the property's operating expenses, even if those expenses increase significantly over time. In addition, tenants may be responsible for making significant repairs or upgrades to the property, which can add up and be quite costly. This is why I always recommend to my tenants to try and add a cap on these charges, and often 5 to 10% or even better is agreeable by most landlords as a fair compromise, although it's going to vary from deal to deal. Also, as a tenant, you'll want to make sure that the property isn't in the process of being sold or being sold soon, because if it does, the tax portion of those triple nets will likely go up after the property is sold and reassessed. Okay, so what exactly does a triple net lease look like on paper? Well, let's say that the landlord is asking $36 per square foot per year, and the triple nets are an additional $1 per square foot per month for the operating expenses, or $12 per square foot per year. Then you'll likely see it written out as $36 PSF, which is per square foot, plus $12 PSF NNNs. The $36 is referring to the base rent, and the $12 are the nets. If you're considering a triple net lease, it's crucial to carefully understand and review the lease agreement and understand all of the expenses and responsibilities that come with it. You may want to consult with your real estate broker or even a real estate attorney to ensure that the lease agreement is fair and favorable to your business. And remember, brokers are not attorneys, so it's always strongly advised to have an attorney look over the deal, and in most cases, you can also ask for an itemized breakdown of the triple net charges from the landlord and see historical increases so you can better gauge and get a sense of what to expect on your deal. Also keep in mind, attorney costs can really add up, so it's best to involve them at the end when the lease draft has been prepared. Your broker can guide you through the deal up until then, through the LOI process and everything else, and they're paid by commissions. So they essentially cost nothing to you up front, but play an advisor role guiding you through the deal. But again, brokers and agents are not legally able to give you legal advice. So when the lease is prepared, it's best to consult your attorney at that time, since leases are legally binding documents and LOIs are not. Okay, so to recap, triple net leases can be a beneficial option for both landlords and tenants, mostly landlords, in commercial real estate. They provide a predictable stream of income for landlords, and it's the most common lease structure that tenants will come across, especially on the retail side. However, it's essential to carefully evaluate the lease agreement and make sure you understand all of the costs and responsibilities associated with the lease before signing on the dotted line. Well guys, I hope you found this video helpful. Let me know if there are any other real estate topics you'd like me to cover in the future, but thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next video.